it's Meryle Holland again. I'm just taking you a little bit further with the bling on a budget and using the self-adhesive and embossing powders and gilding flakes and all that, but the new methods that I'm coming up with are, to me, I think that they're quite stunning and they're a little bit more dimensional than the early ones. So what I want to show you is basically this. Now all this is done on the thin self-adhesive paper. I've not used any ink whatsoever. This is gilding flakes and embossing powder. This is embossing powder, glitter embossing powder, and this is done putting shapes upon shapes, which I'm going to show you. And this obviously is just a die cut shape out of mirror board and then put through the embossing folder. Now all these shapes I have got available in my eBay shop, and they are on the, I've got them on the coloured adhesive, which is what I'm going to use with this, and I've also got the shapes with the silver. But you can cut these shapes with or similar shapes with your own die cut machines, and also within the packs I've got some of the smaller sheets of paper that you can use for yourself. Now I'll try not to race through it too much. I'm going to do two mini videos on this one to try and get you excited about it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is, and bearing in mind you'll not see any embossing ink whatsoever. This is the beauty of it, and this is the paper that I use. So it's coloured. I mean, we've got it in blue and green. The colour is it's totally academic. It doesn't matter because you're not using that side of it. Right, now what I'm doing here, and it's so simple. Taking that one off. This is the sticky side, and I'm going to just use a piece of that embossing powder, and in this it's just silver. It's not thick embossing powder, it's just ordinary fine embossing powder. So that's on there. If you can, try and get yourself to the charity shop and find yourself some icing shakers, but they're getting a bit hard to get hold of now. I've been using them for years. It's much easier than tipping it from little pots. Right, so we'll pop that back in there. That's the silver one. And I'm now going to do exactly the same with the gold one. Now, you'll take a little bit more time than me. I'm doing a little bit of contamination with it here, but I'm against the clock. There we go. So we'll pop that there, and I'll do that bit later on. Right, now then, what I'm going to do here, if you notice, no ink, no nothing. Just get these, put them on your heat mat, get your heat tool, and then just melt it. I tend to like this heat gun, but if you've got one of the other ones, just you might have to hold it a little bit further away because it'll be fierce, more fierce. But this one's quieter when I'm doing the videos. So that's that one. And this is the other one. It just gives you more control over your experimenting, and if you've got a die cutting machine, you know, make the most of it. Right, so there we go. I've done that, as you can see, a silver and a gold, but not using embossing ink, just on the back of the thing. Right, now the simplest bit here, I'm sure you've all got Martha Stewart or some similar punches. Now because this has gone through, you can just, no problem, just do yourself a few different shapes. There you go, some in the silver and some in the gold. This could be any punches or shapes that you've got through your die cut machine. Now all I've got here now are just some butterflies, and I'll do a couple of flowers. But most of the punches will work with these. And lost my silver, here we are. That's all I'm doing. I could have done them before, but I want you to see how simple it is and how you too can do this. Now those are now not adhesive, but worry not. Now then, if you take one of these shapes and take the sticky off. And remember, you're always working on the back of it, not on the front. There you go. Now then, if you then put, let's have a silver flower. We'll do them all in silver. And a silver butterfly. And another silver flower. Sorry, nearly put it in the wrong place. These could be any shapes. It's just that this is what happens to be on my table. A flower and another butterfly. Now, that's what I've got there. Now what you've also got to bear in mind here is if you want to stick another piece on, take a piece of your coloured paper and put that in the middle, because when you've done it all you can use that as a key for everything else. Right, there you go. Now just to be, I won't do that one. Right, let's take some embossing powder now and just pop this. You can hold it with the bit that you've got there. Just dip it in. Doesn't matter if it's going over the other one again. No ink. Bigger container would be a better idea. But hey, improvisation is my middle name. Just do a little bit on the... You could do this with glitter. You can do it with mica powder. You can do it with mica flakes, and you can do it with gilding flakes. It's just that I'm using embossing because this is the bit where people tend to think it's just a wee bit more exciting. Right, now then. I would possibly have gone over with a little roller and made sure that, with a brayer, made sure that these were properly stuck down first, but never mind, we should be able to do it. And can you see how it's all melting? But it's not touching the silver. So we're getting the black with the silver, but it's not melting into each other, and as far as I'm aware there's no one anywhere doing this technique, because I've been working with self-adhesive for many years, and the more I experiment the more daft things I come up with. But that, I think you'll agree, is pretty spectacular. Now that's just one layer on that one. Now we could then go and build that up, but can you see how we've got that? That's totally embossed. Now you could put this through your Cuttlebug and you could do an embossed pattern on it, but you could build this up with the smaller shapes, different ones. You could layer it up. You can do basically what you want with it. So you see we've got that one, then we've got, if you wanted to go with different colours, it's just entirely up to you. But that one now, you just pull that one off and you could stick something else to it. You could curl them up and then you could do distress inks on the back if you wanted the colours. So that's how you do it using the embossing powders in different colours. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you're going to have a go. And don't forget, you can get the shapes and the paper off my eBay shop. If you're in the area, if you're in West Yorkshire, pop in and see us and we'll show you how to do it. But above all, you should have most of the stuff in your stash anyway, so this is another part of the Bling on a Budget series. So have fun and enjoy.